celebration time for the Americans. There's a man who's made all the right moves, and that's another one. As Paul Azinger, the captain of the USA, speeds up to get ready for the closing ceremony, when he'll be making his closing remarks. There's Jim Furyk, the man who clinched it for the USA. He was very gracious in his acceptance of that during the interview. Felt sorry for the opponents, but he's had to endure defeat in the past. He's going to enjoy this moment, Jim Furyk. Reminiscent of 2 years ago in Ireland. Different product, mind you. And why not? First time they've done it in this century. And they did it in some kind of fashion, really. A convincing victory in the end. But of course we keep reminding ourselves that the last matches were played out with no atmosphere at all, and it may have been closer had it needed to be, but a 5-point margin in the end for the USA takes away some of the pressure and disappointment of all those lost Ryder Cups in this century. Butch Harmon, they're having fun.
Well, they should have fun. It's been a long time coming, David. The American teams have endured a lot of losses the last 15, 16 years. It's not because they didn't have the passion. It's not because they didn't try as hard as they could. They just got beat by better teams. This week was their week. Kenny
Perry in the end there probably would be more at home with Kentucky bourbon, but he did his bit this week. Local boy, and it was really something of a fairy tale, Peter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because I thought Henrik Stenson could handle all the pressure applied by the gallery supporting Kenny Perry. And Kenny played very well watching this one in, and they go crazy. I'm proud of him for the way he qualified. He went out of his way to make sure he qualified for this event in his home state, and I think we've seen throughout the week. Kenny Perry, J.B. Holmes, Boo Weekley. They were very, very popular with the gallery and delivered. Stenson was fighting back the best he could.
Stenson was never going to give up. He's a great player. Unfortunately, this hole did him in, as it did a few people. Sergio earlier in the day.
Well, it was good. It was a challenge, a questionable, you know, do you go for the green with your second shot? They took the aggressive line off the tee and are obliged to go at the green. There's Kenny Perry. He had a horrible tee shot trying to hit the power fade into the 10th, the par 5, but he hooks it, it gets a hard bounce, and it's out of bounds.
Came right back at the next hole, the 11th. He's played here numerous times. He knows this green, takes the ball in from right to left. He likes to draw the ball, lands it perfectly on the slope, runs right up to the edge of the green, and just watch where this finishes.
Pretty good after an out of bounds on the previous hole, Butch. Stenson did fight back at the very next hole. Good tee shot at the dogleg left to right. 12th over the valley on the second shot. Excellent.
Kenny Perry, beautiful layup down the hill at the 13th, and just a lovely second shot.
And eventually it was for the win at the 16th. The fans were ready to celebrate with him.
To the victory for Kenny Perry, and he told us just how much he enjoyed it. Good friend of Henrik Stenson, but he was happy to beat him. Don't worry about that. Terrific day of golf, but not a good hair day for Paul Azinger. Is he going to smell nice later? No. But Tony Jacklin, you experienced all the highs and lows of victory and defeat as a player and as a captain. What does a captain say to his players in this situation while all this is going on outside and they're stuck in the losing team room?
Well, you've got to try and take some positive out of it. At the end of the day, what more can you do? I mean, We've seen, you know, a different Ian Poulter, I think. You know, we've seen a game that could take him to the next level. Will Europe look at the qualifying system and have more captain's picks and do what America's done this time? We don't know who the next captain is yet. So, you know, regroup, look at it, and you know, see where we can improve. This is what this thing's all about.
Do you think Paul Azinger outsmarted Nick Faldo?
I think Paul Azinger had a plan, and he stuck to it, as he said, and it worked for him. You know, and if it works, hey, you're a genius. And you know, Faldo gave it his best shot. He's already said in an interview, you know, he could put his head on the pillow knowing he did his best, the way he saw it. Azinger comes out the victor. And there's a winner and a loser, and you know, that's what we do. That's what pro golf's about.
You know, Tony, you make a good point, and I think that the European PGA has to look at changing the format a little. I think the Americans have done that to get themselves back in here, to give a captain, and you being a captain, the chance to have the team you want to have. And I think that's very important. And with having these 4 picks, let Azinger get the team that he wanted to have.